future forecast. At the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Bob McIntosh here with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Serving this community has been a collective passion of our law firm since 1997. We offer the quality legal services and results you would expect from a large downtown firm, but with a personal, community-focused approach right here at home. The McIntosh Law Firm, your local legal resource.
To learn more about the McIntosh Law Firm, visit McIntoshlawFirm.com.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
Welcome to Community Centered, a show that features people in the community doing good things. Now, here are your hosts, Debbie O'Handley and Margi Kyle.
Welcome, welcome. You're listening to Community Centered. I'm Debbie O'Handley, and you are my friend Margi Kyle.
Yes, I am.
How
all day.
are you? Are you coming in as hot as I am?
Hot and disturbed at the drivers out there coming here.
Yes, people, chill out.
I know.
We are all going to get to where we need to be safely if we just take a collective.
Yeah,
I think we'll be okay. It's kind of cuckoo out there. It
It
really
is.
is. I know. You know, we seem to be getting all these warnings, right? Like the electrical grid, the this, the that. This is being bombed. Blah blah blah. We're safe. We're okay. Everybody just chill out. Get yourself a cool drink. We'll be fine.
okay. Thank you.
Did you hear over the weekend about the anaconda that's on the loose in Huntersville?
And I had, during our car wash that we had, somebody said there was one in her yard.
Holy moly.
I know.
So all kinds of crazy announcements and things started going out. First it was in Northstone, but truth story, an anaconda did get out of someone's
It was a
I don't-
pet.
pet. It was 8 foot, which apparently is a little one, and it ate his dog, and then it tried to kill him.
That's right.
So he
I
ended
heard
up in
that.
the hospital.
Oh my goodness.
I would freak out.
So then it wasn't in Northstone or by McCord. It was actually off of McCoy. And I don't know. I've been desperately trying to find out, have they found the anaconda?
They have.
They have.
They have.
Thank you,
It was
Jesus.
on 3 moms groups for Huntersville, but
Because I've not been able to sleep knowing that there was an 8-foot reptile in our precious little North Mech area. So it is a crazy world right now when you can report that there was an anaconda on the loose.
You don't hear that one every day.
You don't. So
So I
bet
guess
you
that
there's a
little
book
frog
about it.
that got in my house is okay.
I think you're good with the frog. As long as there's not an anaconda knocking on your door, you're okay. But yeah, been kind of a whirlwind, and everybody just like you said, chilled out. Driving here, people really
it just cut me off.
erratic, crazy.
Yeah.
Just everybody, get a little ice and cool down. I'm excited about our guests today. I know they are doing such marvelous work in our community, and we're here to applaud them and celebrate them and talk about the good works that they're doing. I hope our listeners are paying attention.
Of course they are.
I hope they understand the messaging and understand the importance of literacy and reading and the impact that they're having on our families and our community, because this is important things to talk about, especially in the summer.
Well, and I think just to make awareness to everybody who does listen, the problems and the hardships and the time running a nonprofit takes.
Tough times.
Because,
Tough times. We've seen a lot of federal and municipal grants across the board. But for a small nonprofit like you, Margi, and a small nonprofit like me, and a small nonprofit with working at our guest today, we don't get federal funding.
No.
We don't get those kind of giant grants. And so when the top down, when the big guy starts getting cut, it sort of trickles down. And so now the little guy gets an even bigger cut because a bigger piece of the pie is going to go to those guys. So it is something to be aware of that, in these times when, economy is hard and people are struggling, that it does impact the work that we do. And it's hard. And then it also trickles down into volunteerism and donations and all that good stuff. So, just At Hope House, we're experiencing a lot of volunteers that are committing to come and do something, and then they don't show up. And whether it be the heat or the economy or what, then that impacts our mission, and we have to find resources to do it. So just a healthy, good conversation about etiquette for these small nonprofits. And, you know, I love the fact that we have synergy and that we can cheer each other on, right? To say, hey, we're here for you. Whatever we can do to help bring, you know, awareness to your mission and what it is that you do is important for us to recognize.
Well, and I love the fact that Rotary has started Interact for kids who are just graduating from high school.
It would be a good idea to have a car wash today. We could squirt each other down, right?
Well, that's mainly what they were doing in between the slow times.
I bet.
But it was great to see kids working with adults and taking direction. And I had to laugh. I was the first car. I was the guinea pig.
Okay.
And they didn't know how to wash the roof of the car. And I said, well, you need to use the mop over there with the stick on it. And then one young man came up with a brilliant idea to get a leaf blower.
That's awesome.
To dry the car.
That's awesome.
And in the end, it didn't do a very good job. Because you still, where they may have missed a spot on the window or whatever, needed that good old
But they
rag
were
to
blowing
clean
the
it.
air around.
But they were having fun, and they were learning, and they were doing. We made over $500,
Fabulous.
which is. They wanted to go to a birthday party for a child in the hospital.
Fabulous. That's teamwork, right?
And that would do like a bedspread, some pictures. We're doing a lot of room makeovers now.
Interesting.
Well, when you're in the hospital for 6 months to a year, that all white gets pretty boring.
Do the hospitals cooperate with that request? They're okay with it?
Oh, they do,
like a
because we
room
put
over?
it right back to where it was.
Okay.
When the kids leave, they take the bedspreads and pictures home, and
Yep.
we can patch up the holes in the
Fabulous.
wall and get that done. But at least it makes them feel like they're in a home-like setting.
Beautiful.
I mean, I had to do that when my son was in the hospital for a year. I mean, he needed something other than white sheets and whatever.
A little too sterile.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. How many birthday parties do you think $500 would get?
Probably just one good one.
One good one. Okay.
Unless they just want a cake in celebration. But usually we do a character visit.
Nice.
Or if they want an iPad, we do that. Whatever they want, we provide. We had a little gal that was in the hospital. She wanted her cell phone, and she wanted it paid for a year.
Okay.
Because her parents were out of town, and she was all alone.
Oh, no.
So, that cell phone, I called Mom, and I said, do you have a pen in your hand? Write this phone number down, because you have unlimited calls.
Oh, bless.
And that just takes a lot of the pressure off.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think it's the gift that keeps on giving, right?
Yeah.
You make that investment in a child and their future. That's incredible. So again, this time is always flying. Our first little segment here. I'm excited about our guests. We do want to give a shout out to the McIntosh Law Firm for their sponsorship and for the support of all the nonprofits they give in our community. They are fabulous. They're located in Davidson, and they are spectacular attorneys that work for Mr. Robert McIntosh, who all have a give back.
That's right.
To their community in some kind of way. So we know that Mr. McIntosh supports us and this radio show, so we want to thank them. And when we come back from commercial break, we're going to be introducing you to our fabulous guests today. And I hope you're paying attention, and I hope you're driving slowly.
Good news lives here. It's community centered with Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle on WSIC. Local starts here.
Bottom line, tough and dangerous heat still hanging on. Heat advisories in effect around the lake as high temperatures, plenty of sunshine and humidity. Warm into the upper 90s, near 100 this afternoon. It feels like temperatures, heat indices easily above 100, around 105 to 110. So take a lot of breaks, get inside in the air conditioning, stay hydrated as best you can. That continues into our Wednesday, but the heat slowly starts to back off a bit by the end of the week. That's your forecast. At the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. The 500 Club in Statesville presents wine tasting on Thursday, June 26th at 6 p.m. The fun continues with live music on Saturday with a performance by Patchwork. Visit the 500 Club online for more information on events, food, beverages, and tea times. The Great Race is making a stop on Main Street in downtown Mooresville on Saturday. The evening stop is part of a 9-day rally from Minnesota to South Carolina. The event is free with a family-friendly atmosphere. Join the fun as more than 120 classic cars and trucks roll into town. Sports cars, muscle cars, hot rods, their drivers and navigators will all be on Main Street. Come visit downtown as the Great Race stops in Mooresville on Saturday. The Cookout Summer Shootout Series is at Charlotte Motor Speedway for race numbers 5 and 6 on Monday, June 30th, and on Tuesday, July 1st. On June 30th, the 100th person gets a gift. On July 1st, military and first responders get in free. Click on charlottemotorspeedway.com for more information and for tickets to 2025 events. The Exchange Club of Mooresville presents the annual Field of Flags, July 2nd through the 5th at Lowe's YMCA. The field commemorates our veterans, service members, and first responders. The summer celebration featuring a ceremony, a concert by area favorite Blue Monday, and fireworks will be held on July 3rd. Flags are on sale now. Visit MooresvilleLKNExchange.org to make your purchase and for more information about the Field of Flags and the summer celebration July 3rd at Lowe's YMCA in Mooresville. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Bob McIntosh here with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Serving this community has been a collective passion of our law firm since 1997. We offer the quality legal services and results you would expect from a large downtown firm, but with a personal, community-focused approach right here at home. The McIntosh Law Firm, your local legal resource.
To learn more about the McIntosh Law Firm, visit McIntoshLawFirm.com.
Shining a light on who's making a difference. It's Community Centered, hosted by Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle on WSIC. Local starts here.
Welcome back to Community Centered. I'm here with my friend Debbie O'Hanley, and I'm Margi Kyle. I would love to ask you if you have a question during this hour to please call 844-STUDIO-4. We love call-ins, and our guests today, this is their second appearance on this show, and we just love what they do. Books on the house, although I've been calling them books on the move because you are moving and shaking. And we've got Kat Varner, who's Executive Director, and Jesse Brown, Community Outreach and Events Director. Welcome.
Thank you.
What drove you to creating this wonderful nonprofit that you have? I think it's a fabulous idea.
Thank you. I think a lot of it was a co-idea between Jesse and I to give back.
Okay.
And I think we had talked about this before. But, you know, Jesse's value in life was not reading. He didn't see the value in it. He wasn't necessarily, he didn't grow up that way, wanting to read books. And when he went to college and made it there, the first in his family to graduate college, he decided,
Thank you.
from Penn State University, I might add. We are very proud of him. And he ended up saying, hey, I want to give back. Let's do this. What can we do?
And usually that's how it starts.
It is. And books were the thing. And I think a shout out to my daughter as well, who was in Chicago at the time. She worked for a company that gave books away for free. It was a for-profit company, but they gave books away to the community, collected them, and then gave them out and sold some online and did that kind of aspect. But that was our idea to go, wait a minute, we could just give this away for free. And it's a great recycling effort. And we could do a bookmobile and it would be a lot of fun. And that's how it started.
Wow.
Incredible.
And now you're all over the place.
We are. We're traveling all over. have some events coming up in what was it, Wilmington?
Wilmington on August 2nd.
Yeah, down in Raleigh as well. And then we're all over Charlotte, of course. So we're busy.
In Western North Carolina. We're getting back to Western North Carolina from our trip that we took back in April.
Yes.
And we gave out 5,000 books on that go around for adults and kids. And so now the second round is coming. We are also at a bakery there where we have set up a little pop-up shop for everybody to come and get free books when we're not there. Shout out to Dough House at Black Mountain. They're fabulous.
I have tried to get you into Camp Care.
Absolutely.
With Carrie Cuton. And Carrie and I spoke this morning. And she had even a better idea. Instead of taking you all the way up to Lake Lure to meet, and I hope you're available on July 27th. They're having a pre-camp meeting.
Yeah. Nice.
And she thought the kids will all be there with their parents.
Nice.
And it would be a beautiful way for the parents to help a child get a book that they could read while they're at camp.
Absolutely. Or a few. Absolutely.
Okay, how generous.
It's buy one, get one free.
Wow.
So I'm going to give your phone number to Carrie Cuton,
Please.
and she'll organize all of that.
Perfect.
Which is a beautiful way to get started with Levine Children's Hospital and Camp Care.
Absolutely. We would love to.
And that's helping 200 kids with cancer.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what our mission is to help under-resourced or other communities that just want to get books.
Yeah.
And for adults too. So make sure that Carrie knows. Well, I'll talk with her as well. But the parents too get books for free.
I just wanted to get you connected to her. And
Thank you.
Yeah.
Margie, you're amazing.
I might have shared this story the last time we were together of the family that we had at Hope House who was at an event where you were, and she went in and to the mobile and got a book for her daughter, but then she just grabbed one off the shelf herself. And so she put it in her purse. She didn't think anything of it. So we were talking through some things with her in case management. She was talking about how stressed she was. And we were like, well, what do you like to do? She goes, I like to read, but I'm not doing that. We're like, well, why don't you find a good book and read? And she's like, I have that book in my purse that I was at this event. And so it turned out, long story, that we actually knew the author of the book who got to meet her.
I work with her every week.
It was such an escalation of things. And you both are responsible for that mom who was stressed out, living at Hope House, putting up with all the things that she had to put up with, and her child who was stressed out as well, who had a book that was like a lifeline.
Yeah.
It was the thing that got them out of the bad place that they were both in and took away some of the distraction that was happening in their life. So I don't know if I ever properly got to thank you for that, but that is a
wonderful story.
It is a testimony to the work that you do. And I think people
Well, that's
need
your mission.
Seriously
Right
need
there.
to understand how important literacy is, and especially in the summertime, right?
Exactly.
When our kids lose, you probably know the statistics, how much comprehension they lose in the summertime by not reading. And especially the population that we serve, because that's not normally something they would choose to do, right?
Yeah.
So you got to go books.
Jesse has a good theory about why books are so important, like for the escape mechanism.
Yeah.
You want to talk to that?
Well, I always thought, as like when growing up, if I ever had access to reading books, or it was pushed in the family, or it was shown as something that of importance, I think that it really helps show that individual an escape from what's going on in their like day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Perfect example of what I just
It gives them
told
that
them.
opportunity.
Yeah.
It gives them that mental break to go somewhere else that's not necessarily what's going on.
And
the
from the crazy
reality.
drivers and the crazy.
Well, from the crazy
I'm just
drivers
thinking
and,
we probably all got an
icons.
alert from the utility companies that, turn down the grid from 3 to 8. Okay, everybody, that's our opportunity to read a book.
Exactly.
There we go.
From 3 to 8. Shut off the TV, shut off your iPad, shut off your
Read a
laptops, read a book. And we can save a little electricity too.
See, it works all the way around.
It's a perfect world. We solved everything.
Well, all my 3 TVs went down. And I had no TV for about 4 days. So what did I do?
Did you read a
got
book?
Yeah.
Good
There you go.
girl. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, tell us a little bit more about the how. Like, how do you do what you do?
Yeah. Well, we really focus on getting in donations from the community to be able to do what we need to do, as well as grants. And the most important thing is getting in books that we're able to use. And the process is usually it goes through and we decide like, okay, well, this book is damaged, or this book is like, well, it's been loved, but we can rehome it. We can work with this. And sometimes we get in books that are completely brand new. And it's like, that's like the most amazing thing is when we get in books that look like they haven't even been touched. And then when we go to these communities and people that don't have those resources to be able to buy brand new books, they're ecstatic.
Because
they are so excited.
Now, I did send some pictures of your bookmobile. Reese, can you stick some of them up? Because that's how you work. You travel around.
There it is.
With all of your books.
That's what it looks like
a
on
tiny
the inside.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great having the opportunity to be able to do what we do. And we just, we get in the donations, put them on the shelves, and
we're circulating probably every month about 2,000 to 3,000 books through the bookmobile every month.
That's great. Now, if people want to donate, where can they donate?
So for book donations, we have several Dropbox locations in the area, and that's on our website at booksonthehouse.org. And if they want to, if they have more than what the book bins, because they're small, they're not like those metal, like big book. They are
like
not,
the library bin.
They are not like that. Because we like to get them more often because of rain and whatnot. But if they call us, they have more. We can make an arrangement to somehow get them. We used to do book pickups, and that you could schedule that on our website, but it is too expensive. You know, welcome to nonprofit land. And just very driving up our cost for transportation. So we can't do that. Again, like Debbie was saying, volunteers, it's been hard to have them go out. And especially, you know, in neighborhoods we're not sure of, like some are down further in Charlotte, down towards South Carolina. We don't know the neighborhood. We don't want our volunteers to not know where they're at. So we've stopped that program for now until funding comes back. And then I eat gas money. I sound like a college kid. I need gas money, but that's really what it is. So we stopped that, but we'll make arrangements with someone if they have books. And monetarily, we have ones on the website, you know, places on the website they can donate.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good.
You know, the links and everything are there for them if they want.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that those donations would go towards if someone financially blessed you? What would happen with that money?
Oh man, that's like oh gosh, the
Gas,
dreams.
right?
Gas. No, a lot of it will be going to get books that we don't get in often enough, and that includes like graphic novels because kids love those, and they are like comics, and they fly off the shelves, but we don't get them in enough.
Really?
Because people keep them, because kids love them, and that's one of the things. We buy books with a lot of that money. So we'll buy books for like our neurodiverse population that meets their needs. Types of books called BIPOC, which is Black Indigenous People of Color books that represent their characters. We also do a lot of LGBTQIA plus books, and anybody that is under-resourced or not have books with their characters that they can identify with. So that's very big for us. It encompasses a big portion of what we do and serve. So, I mean, we're just out there.
You sure are.
And doing it. And well, then, of course, you know, and then when the truck breaks down and all that kind of stuff, that all happens. So that goes for that, too.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. We have to give some shout out and love to our sponsors. But when we come back, we're talking with the folks from Books on the House, and we'll fill you in on the more details when we come back from this break.
Spotlight and kindness, one story at a time. It's community centered with Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle. Presented by the Macintosh Law Firm on WSIC.
Bottom line, tough and dangerous heat still hanging on. Heat advisories in effect around the lake as high temperatures, plenty of sunshine and humidity. Warm into the upper 90s, near 100 this afternoon. It feels like temperatures, heat indices easily above 100, around 105 to 110. So take a lot of breaks, get inside in the air conditioning, stay hydrated as best you can. That continues into our Wednesday, but the heat slowly starts to back off a bit by the end of the week. That's your forecast. At the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Bob McIntosh here with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Serving this community has been a collective passion of our law firm since 1997. We offer the quality legal services and results you would expect from a large downtown firm, but with a personal, community-focused approach right here at home. The McIntosh Law Firm, your local legal resource.
To learn more about the McIntosh Law Firm, visit McIntoshLawFirm.com.
Is your AC ready for summer? Don't wait for a breakdown on the hottest day of the year. Call Horn Heating and Air Conditioning for a seasonal tune-up today. Welcome home to the feeling of Visit hornhvac.com.
Prioritizing your health is one of the best ways to take care of yourself. From routine visits to the joys of pregnancy to the illnesses that stop you in your tracks, Iredell Health System will be by your side. Learn more at iredellhealth.org.
Need a ride? iCats has you covered. Tuesdays to the VA in Salisbury, Thursday to Winston-Salem, and Fridays to Hickory. Plus, run errands every day around Iredell County for just $1. Visit rideicats.com.
Special buy Randy Marion Chevrolet of Statesville and Randy Marion Chevrolet of Mooresville 2024 brand new Chevrolet Malibus. These are the LTs starting at $19,988. That's right, $19,988 brand new, not a pre-owned car. Malibu starting at $19,988. That's right, Statesville Chevy, Mooresville Chevy. Come see us today, pick the color, drive it home, you got it. King of price, king of deals. Randy Marion Chevrolet of Statesville, Randy Marion Mooresville.
Lowry Drug is a source for excellent pharmacy services. We have served the Statesville community since 1959. We have attentive customer service, a state-of-the-art compounding laboratory, and the Dispill medication packaging system that takes the work out of medication management for those using medication planners. We do it for you. Come see us at Lowry Drug in Statesville. Call 704-873-2247. Come see us.
Swing for hope at the Next Chapter Station Golf Classic on September 22nd at the 500 Club in Statesville to help bring hope and comfort to children fighting cancer. Your support helps us deliver the book Luke and the Lost Bell to 1,000 hospitals. For more information, visit nextchapterstation.org.
Home of the best talk.
WSIC. Local starts here.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. U.S. home prices are going up at the slowest pace in nearly 2 years. The S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller Home Price Index indicates prices rose 2.7% in the 12 months ending in April. That's the slowest on-year appreciation since mid-2023. Microsoft is apparently planning major layoffs in its Xbox division. Sources tell Bloomberg the cuts, which would be the fourth series of layoffs in the past 18 months, would be part of a company-wide reorganization. Amazon says it's expanding its same-day and next-day delivery to over 4,000 smaller cities and towns by the end of the year. With an investment of over $4 billion, Amazon expects to triple the size of its delivery network by next year, with a focus on rural America. Stocks are climbing. They're up between 1.1 and 1.5%. I'm Nancy Lyons, Bloomberg Radio.
No radio? No worries.
Just ask Alexa to play WSIC.
Real people making a real impact. The McIntosh Law Firm brings you community-centered. right here on WSIC. Local starts here.
Welcome back to Community Centered. We are talking with Kat and Jesse, Books on the House. But before we go into any more fabulous conversation, I wanted to mention Little Smiles Christmas in July Toy Drive. That will be held Saturday, July 19th from 3 to 6 at Lost Worlds Brewing.
Well done.
Nice. Doesn't that sound fabulous right now?
Reese, can you put that up on the...
Yeah, this is... when you come, we want you to bring a brand new toy for a child who is a pediatric patient in the hospital and a child in need. We at Little Smiles are collecting new toys and donations.
Are you
at
becoming
this
a volunteer
free
now?
family event. Apparently, we have to work with other people's staff in order to get volunteer things done. So come on out, Christmas
This
in
is
July.
about our fifth one, and everybody loves it now.
And I understand Santa's there.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, in his Hawaiian shirt and shorts.
Oh,
and
God, he's funny.
That right jolly old elf.
And
Just about now we need him to
year-
change people's attitudes. So.
Last year, these two adorable little girls were selling lemonade, and they gave us a check for $600.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
How cute is
They get to go in business for lemonade.
Well, when you do it for a good cause,
that's right.
Comes
And I
back.
bet you Santa saw that. And come
He
Christmas
did.
time, they probably had a marvelous
Oh,
Christmas.
I'm sure they did.
See, it all comes back to us. The
does.
good work that we do, whether you're crabby or not, turn that frown upside down into a smile. And let's talk about some good stuff. Books on the House.
Yeah.
What else is going on in your world besides traveling all of North Carolina and making kids smile with their books?
Well, we have some amazing events coming up that we are hosting.
Okay.
One of them being our Second Chance Book Bash. And that is where we bring all of our books together that we've had in our unit. And,
Our warehouse a long time.
Yes.
They've sat.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
like the toys on Misfit Island.
Yes, and that's what that's what we say. Use their second chance.
This is their second chance to have a dance. And so you can come out, you can buy a bag for $10 and fill that bag with as many books as you possibly can. And you get to keep all those books and take them home with you.
Yeah.
How great is that? Where's that going to be?
So that's going to be at Urban District Market in Noda.
Okay.
So North Davison.
Okay.
On July 11th.
Yes.
And it's an evening edition one. We had one earlier in the spring, and that was during the day, but it's so hot. So we've decided to do it from 3 to 8. So it'll be a little cooler.
Yeah.
And it is crazy because you will not believe what people can get into one tote bag. And I mean, if you're coming at me like, stretched out like this and you've got the bag in your hand, you got it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. That's amazing.
And we are currently looking for sponsors for those bags. So if there's anyone out there
that wants to
that would
sponsor our
like to
bags?
sponsor our bags, please let us know.
For a book bag.
Yes.
Yeah, for a book bash.
Like
so
the
little
What's the
hand
best way to
totes.
get a hold of you?
You guys can reach out to us at 980-202-1882
You
or
want to say that one more time?
980-202-1882.
Okay.
Or you can reach us at info@booksonthehouse.org.
Good.
Okie doke.
Yeah.
And again, this show goes until 4:00. If you want to call 844-STUDIO-4, we would love to have someone call in. Tell us what let's do this. Let's take a challenge. If anybody's listening and they want to call in, what was your favorite book growing up? Nice. Let's see what someone says.
Yeah.
My daughter had a baby, and she had a book-themed baby shower.
Wow.
And everyone, instead of a gift, was to bring their favorite book or a book that, made an impression on them. What a wonderful, fabulous event that was.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And listening to people reminisce about Curious George or reminisce about Goodnight Moon. It was emotional, too, because her dad brought her favorite books, which we had kept. So it was really a great thing. Books are so important. They're so important in this very technical world right now. Watching my 8-month-old granddaughter turn the pages of a book because it's very important to my daughter is so awesome. Rather than swiping a phone, I love to see her pick that page up and turn it. So let's get this community here in North Mac turning book pages this summer.
I agree.
I think one of the fun things that we experienced in Western North Carolina when we went back up there in April was people finding the books that had been lost in their homes or, down in the bottom of some lake. Were very like tears of joy that they found the book that was their childhood favorite or their child's favorite. And it was it was a very emotional day for us.
Very,
but
very
it was a lot of that replacing.
That's why people hold on to books, is because there's such an emotional connection to them that maybe they don't want to donate because they remember something very wonderful about that, like getting lost, like you said, Jesse. About taking them out of the situation that they're in and getting lost. Yeah. So we need you people to let go of your emotions and let go of your books and donate books on the house.
They will get good homes, we promise.
You'll be spreading that joy to someone else. That's fabulous. Well, I hope that your mission continues to grow and spread joy in our community. How else can we help you? What else can we do?
I think the biggest thing for us is really we have a great volunteer base, but we always need more books, and getting the books scanned into our inventory is an incredible monumental task, and that's one thing. Like volunteers is great, we have a lot, but you'd like to get fresh volunteers.
Sure. New energy, new blood.
And everyone's got such great ideas. I think the thing too is books, but being reticent that the book should be new-ish,
like new
or new, or like new,
because
we've gotten some in that just crack us up. We're like, oh my, there's 3 pages to a 20-page book, and that's okay, but it's a lot for us to handle. So that would be great. And also just remembering that we're a nonprofit that is in Charlotte, like so many, and the Charlotte area. I mean, we service Lincoln County, Catawba County, Iredell County, Mecklenburg County, small parts of Gaston, and now Western North Carolina. And so we're on the move. So if we don't answer you back right away,
we do apologize.
It's the two of us. And so we're doing the best we can, but that we love seeing the community and input from the community, what we can do better, and the things or if you have an event that you would like us to come to, let us know.
Yeah.
We'll be there. Yeah.
You can pull that trailer anywhere.
Anywhere.
Awesome. Really awesome.
We have people that want to rent it out for like Panthers games, and we're like, what? It's a bookmobile. And they're like, yeah, it's so relaxing though. I could put a TV in that. I could put my lounger in that.
Fundraiser.
Yep. We've also said we would do weddings too. We've had a couple inquiries about being at a wedding.
Wow.
I thought, well,
that's birthday parties too.
Birthday parties.
Yeah.
So we've done a couple of birthday
parties
as fundraisers to help us, keep driving our mission.
Yeah.
Why not?
For free book accessibility.
And drive is the operative word with you too. Wilmington, Raleigh.
Exactly.
Western North Carolina. Holy moly, you're all over the place.
Yeah. And we also have one of our largest fundraisers coming up in October, Charlotte Book Palooza.
Charlotte Book Palooza is the one and only. It is becoming Charlotte's largest literary book event now. And we'll have over 50 authors that are local and some national authors. We have a lot of vendors that are book vendor type folks that give things that are accessories for books, like stickers and bookmarks and all sorts of fun stuff.
Some really fun and engaging activations going on too.
Yep.
And last year we had the opportunity to partner with Instagram and they launched their teen accounts with us at our event.
Actual Instagram people that are live and in person.
I know, and we were like,
crazy?
"What, the Instagram?" And they're like, "Yes." Yeah. We're like, "Okay, excuse us," but that was really cool.
So that was very exciting. But this year's going to be even bigger than last year, and we're pumped and
that's
love
October
to see
11th.
Everybody out there, October 11th, from 11 to 5.
Wow, we're getting ready for another break. This time is just flying here with our friends on Books on the House. Again, if you're thinking during our break, you want to call 844-STUDIO-4, give us a call and let us know, what was your favorite book growing up?
Spotlight and kindness, one story at a time. It's community-centered with Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle. Presented by the McIntosh Law Firm on WSIC.
Bottom line, tough and dangerous heat still hanging on. Heat advisories in effect around the lake as high temperatures, plenty of sunshine and humidity warm into the upper 90s, near 100 this afternoon. It feels like temperatures, heat indices easily above 100, around 105 to 110. So take a lot of breaks, get inside in the air conditioning, stay hydrated as best you can. That continues into our Wednesday, but the heat slowly starts to back off a bit by the end of the week. That's your forecast. At the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. The 500 Club in Statesville presents wine tasting on Thursday, June 26th at 6 p.m. The fun continues with live music on Saturday with a performance by Patchwork. Visit the 500 Club online for more information on events, food, beverages, and tea times. The Great Race is making a stop on Main Street in downtown Mooresville on Saturday. The evening stop is part of a 9-day rally from Minnesota to South Carolina. The event is free with a family-friendly atmosphere. Join the fun as more than 120 classic cars and trucks roll into town. Sports cars, muscle cars, hot rods, their drivers and navigators will all be on Main Street. Come visit downtown as the Great Race stops in Mooresville on Saturday. The Cookout Summer Shootout Series is at Charlotte Motor Speedway for race numbers 5 and 6 on Monday, June 30th, and on Tuesday, July 1st. On June 30th, the 100th person gets a gift. On July 1st, military and first responders get in free. Click on charlottemotorspeedway.com for more information and for tickets to 2025 events. The Exchange Club of Mooresville presents the annual Field of Flags, July 2nd through the 5th at Lowe's YMCA. The field commemorates our veterans, service members, and first responders. The summer celebration featuring a ceremony, a concert by area favorite Blue Monday, and fireworks will be held on July 3rd. Flags are on sale now. Visit MooresvilleLKNExchange.org to make your purchase and for more information about the Field of Flags and the summer celebration, July 3rd at Lowe's YMCA in Mooresville. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Bob McIntosh here with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Serving this community has been a collective passion of our law firm since 1997. We offer the quality legal services and results you would expect from a large downtown firm, but with a personal, community-focused approach right here at home. The McIntosh Law Firm, your local legal resource.
To learn more about the McIntosh Law Firm, visit McIntoshlawFirm.com.
Shining a light on who's making a difference. It's Community Centered, hosted by Debbie Hanley and Margi Kyle on WSIC. Local starts here.
Welcome back to Community Centered. We are talking with our friends, Kat and Jesse, from Books on the House. And we've just finished up the last segment with Booksapalooza, which is happening October 11th. Again, where?
It's going to be at Urban District Market, again, North Davison, from 11 to 5.
Okay, awesome. We're gonna get the word out about that. You can also add that to the community calendar here on WSIC. So if you'd like to add that, they can make some announcements about that. Tell us about the time when you were at Western Carolina. What about that changed your life?
So when Jesse and I made contacts up there, they've been bombarded with people wanting to help, and they were just like, trying to. We got a little bit of like, not yet. And then when spring happened, we were like, it's time. And they were like, it's time. And we went to a big event through the Valley Hope Foundation they had where the Valley was getting together for the first time since the hurricane. And all the kids and all the neighbors and everybody was going to be in one place. And they did a big helicopter egg drop for Easter Sunday. And I mean, it was incredible. Toys and things.
And things that they could do.
They had everything. And they were all getting together. And we were, it was a zoo up there. And we had one lady, we had many people come up and tell us how devastating it was. And someone had come up to us afterwards and said, I know I've listened to you as you're checking people out. And they're telling you their stories. And we know how incredibly difficult that is for you. But we haven't had a chance to tell outsiders our story. And so we were like, that's okay. Like Jess would check me. He was on the bookmobile getting books in. I'm checking people out. And we looked at each other. You okay? I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yeah.
And there were many times where we had cried. We had one person in particular, if I can share this beautiful story. She was someone, her and her husband and her kids had been in Ukraine. And of course, the situations in Ukraine. And they had walked through Ukraine over to Romania. And it took them a very long time to do that with their children and their dog. And she said, we just wanted to settle somewhere. We had enough funds that we could move to the U.S. and we could start a new life, free of just problems and constant stuff for my kids. So they did. And then, the storm happened and their neighbors didn't make it.
Oh my gosh.
And their children didn't make it. They had left. And after that, she was just like, I don't know where we're going to live. If we don't have permanent housing, things get touchy. And she was crying and I was crying. And I said, take whatever you need. We were handing people boxes at that point.
Yeah.
Just take what you need. We came with many books. We went through 5,000 that day, probably over that. And that's just one story. One woman came up and had moved. She was 75. She had moved and retired from Miami and came up here to retire to get away from hurricanes.
Oh
and she was believe it or not, in her life, she was a rescue diver.
Yeah.
And did body recovery and rescue. And guess what she did in her retirement? She said, I am an expert. You need me. I'm able to go out there. And she did. And so those stories that we heard changed Jess and I.
Yeah.
We could write a book on the people we met because we wanted their stories and we wanted to take that in for them so that they had an outlet to share.
Yeah.
Because they haven't had an opportunity. They share with each other, but they shared. And our
to
books
hold that space for them.
hold that space. And our books meant something incredible. Now it does everywhere we go. I mean, books are always a very important thing. And more that sometimes we don't even know what it meant to someone, but there it was evident.
Yeah.
And, we're just going to keep going until they tell us either move here or stay away.
So how do you come back to your normal after you've been through something like that? Does
It's
it motivate
hard.
you in
It's
the
hard.
nonprofit world and the mission of what you do to just say, we got to work harder. We got to get more books. We got to do more of this. We got to outreach more people because of the impact it made on you and the impact it made on them. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
We really try to focus on, like I said, like holding that space for the people we serve.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times everybody that we usually serve is always going through something one way or the other, whether it be stuff with their family or their house or their job or whatever.
Life,
yeah. Life just happens sometimes for these individuals. So we really focus on giving them that opportunity to take their time going on the bookmobile.
Yeah.
Finding that one book that's
great
gonna...
little escape.
It's a great escape.
Did you ever think, Jesse, when you started this adventure, that you would be part pastor, part counselor, part teacher, part therapist, all the stuff that all of us at our nonprofits are?
As a kid, no. Had no idea where I would be. Like I said, growing up, very, very difficult for me growing up. And then once we started, Kat and I knew we wanted to make a difference.
Make a difference, yeah.
And honestly, without Kat, I don't think I would know how to mentor or to help guide some of the people that we do serve. So thank you for that.
Wow.
Because
Wow, where's the
she's,
tissues? Ladies, wow. Thank you.
She was that rock that taught me what stability looked like.
Yeah.
And gave me that opportunity and that freedom to be able to, again, like I said, hold that space for the people we serve in a way that uplifts them.
To pass that on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
To give
That's
them that
beautiful.
hope that there's a better tomorrow for that
there
next
is.
chapter.
There
That's
is.
beautiful,
Yeah.
Jesse. Thank you for giving us that
Yeah.
because we came in here hot and a little bit angry, a little bit, ticked
People
off
driving
about driving
erratically.
crazy. And then we talked to someone like you that has the heart for this. And nonprofit world sounds exciting when you're first in it, but sometimes when you get the closed doors and the lack of funding,
It can be
and the
very
lack of
lonely.
it can be very difficult. But
Yes,
to
we
hear you.
We know that one.
We know that
Right?
one.
So, but to hear you say that's part of the mission and that you are realizing it's your give back and modeling something that Kat gave you is really a gift. And so thank you for giving me and for giving Margie the opportunity to hear about that gift and our community and our listeners as well, because there is always something to be hopeful about, right?
There
and
is.
in the work, even
100%.
your takeaway from Western Carolina, you can say, gosh, you know what? I saw some hope in that, right? Like we made someone feel good, or we remembered something about, and you use the book as the tool or the resource to put in someone's hands to say,
it gives you the fuel too to carry on to the next one.
Yeah, you come down off that mountain back into reality and say,
Physically and metaphorically.
Absolutely,
Yes.
right? And just carry on and keep going. And so we wish you a ton of luck with your Bookapalooza. And
Thank you.
I just hope the dollars keep rolling in so that you can get the things that you need. And we're going to put out a campaign to help you guys with the graphic books and the things that comics that you guys need.
Yeah.
I'll be scouring around for them as well. So that's a good thing, because we want to just give you some momentum so that book driving van drives itself, right?
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
It would be nice.
That would be
and,
great.
and I'm glad that I've honestly had the experiences that I did growing up and that I put myself into, honestly. So I'm able to connect with the people that we serve. So they know that there are others out there that they see that light.
Yeah.
Like
You
what,
just
it,
don't
what
know.
it can
You
be.
had to walk that journey in order to
Yeah.
be where you are, in order to know how to move forward.
Mhm.
And we talk about that all the time, that you use that as the momentum to propel you forward.
Yeah.
And, you rocket fuel,
Mhm.
right? There's no stopping you.
Yeah. And Kat's been there by my side that whole time. It wasn't an easy feat, trust me. I was I was a troubled
I see no gray
teen.
hair on her head, okay?
Okay, it's dyed. It's dyed. I just had it done.
No, I dye my hair this color. It's called stress gray.
I would say every gray hair is a story. And she could go, Jesse.
No, not at all. I mean, he wanted to do, but he knew he wanted to do better for himself, and it's just showing it and modeling it.
Look what you've created. Look what you've built. It's a beautiful thing. You've turned that. We talk about all that time, Margie, about turning your pain into purpose and passion, and using that to make it.
He's got a lot of that, a lot of
Yeah.
purpose and passion. That's for sure.
Well, what else can we do for you here?
You guys have done so much.
So much.
I mean, during the break, I know listeners can't hear all of that, but it was so many things. I should have brought my notebook in. You guys are an amazing mentors who have really been through this, so thank you both.
Well, it's an honor
all
for
of
us
that.
here at Community Center to spread that.
That's right.
That's what we're here to do, make you open the headlines with a smile. And some days it's not easy, especially in this hot weather. But I think we turned it around. We've all cooled off.
Yep,
We've had our
well-
collective sigh. We're good. So, Margie, what was your favorite book growing up?
I think Little Women.
Oh,
Nice. Louisa May Alcott. Beautiful. That's a good one.
Because I was never little and I wanted to be little.
Did you want to be one of the characters on that book?
No, because I've always enjoyed living my life the way I wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wrote very early my own book as to where I was going to be living, what I was going to be doing, what I was going to be wearing, and children, the whole thing, and it just came together.
So your favorite book is your book.
It really is.
Yeah. I think you can say that pretty loud.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
That's awesome, right? I started to write a book a long, long time ago, and it was about hope. And someone gave me some good advice, and I said, I'm like, who's going to want to read this? Why would anybody want to? And she said, just write for an audience of one, yourself.
That's right.
True.
And that's the best thing you can do.
That's what we're going to leave you with today. Start jotting
One
down
book
some
at
of
a
your.
time and one person.
That's right.
So
page.
thank you, Books on the House. You guys are fabulous. We're going to hope for really good things, good karma coming your way, good Bookapalooza, lots of books, lots of people, lots of foundations reaching out to you to help fund you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for having us.
You bet.
Serving you better than ever before. WSIC, Statesville, W290DK Mooresville, W264CU Statesville.
Prioritizing your health is one of the best ways to take care of yourself. From routine visits to the joys of pregnancy to the illnesses that stop you in your tracks. Iredell Health System will be by your side. Learn more at iredellhealth.org.